gonna give it a second for it to load. I'm gonna see if I can find me over here on the Facebook so I can look at comments. Let's pull this up. Okay, we're up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see comments or not. Sometimes I can see the comments, sometimes I can see them for a little bit and then they disappear, and then sometimes I can't see them at all. So y'all bear with me, come on in, say hello. Do drop me a comment if you come in so I can see if I'm seeing them. But if I miss any of you guys' comments, I'll go back afterwards and reply after the live is over. So I thought I would work on a fall arrangement today with you guys, play with some new products that we got in the shop. Before we get started, while we're kind of waiting on people to jump in, I'll show you what I just made with some of the new goodies that we got in. So we got we got 6 pallets of new supplies in anything. We've got fall stuff, Halloween, Christmas, all the things. Hi, Becky. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for coming in and dropping a comment. I can see YouTube comments, so thank you, thank you. You would love this container. We do have just a couple of these. They're very, very limited. I think I only have a handful left. I took what they had. But anyway, we just made this beautiful fall arrangement. Well, I just recorded it for our private membership group. And so if you're interested in learning more about silk floral designs, we do have our membership group open. Just message me and I'll send you some information on that. But I played with some new products in there, so I'll show you. We've got these beautiful burgundy peonies. We're going to be playing with a few of those today in this arrangement. They also are in these bright sort of flame orange color. So we got, these are new. We also got the burgundy cabbage roses. So those are new. These little lotus pods, they're super fun. Got those in the shop. These little purple thistles, they are new. This little purple filler bush. So those are all new. So pretty much this whole thing is new product except for the cottonwood ivy, which is my favorite. And I actually just reached out to my supplier to see if they had any more of this in stock, and they don't. So I'm gonna have to wait till next year. I'm gonna make sure I order lots and lots of cases of next year. But this is the first floral arrangement that I've made for fall, and we're gonna do a second one today. So I thought I would use a round container. Hi, Gwendolyn. Hi, Dan. So thank you guys for popping in. I thought we would use a little round compote container, so we're gonna be using that for this fall design. We're just gonna go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna use this new, and I just threw that tag away, y'all. I need to save my tag. I'll dig it out later. I saved my tag so I can add up all the product at the end to get the pricing. Hi, Ellen. How are you? Thanks for popping on. So I'm gonna use this fun juniper spray. Now I know you guys are thinking, why are you using juniper in a fall design? But I think just pulling in these colors with that juniper is gonna be really, really pretty. I don't think it necessarily has to be used just for winter. So we're gonna be using this new juniper spray. I love it. And so I think I'm just gonna stick this whole thing down here in the center. I think I want it a little bit shorter. So I was waffling at first. I was like, should I use that? Because this is not a winter design, but I was playing with the florals and kind of blending them, and I just love the way this green looked against them. So we're just gonna use it. I think it's gonna be really pretty. All right, so I brought 2 of these. So we're gonna leave that one, and then I'm gonna use this one as filler so we can add in around the sides after we get some of our florals attached. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut up a few of these and have them on the side ready to go. And we're gonna be using a new floral bush, and I love using the bushes because all your homework is already done for you. You've got all the different flowers already kind of bunched together. So we're going to be using these pretty fall flowers here. Comes in a nice bush. And so you don't have to think about what you're going to pair with it. They kind of all come together. I am going to bring in some of those burgundy peonies that we talked about. These orange ones have like, they're pulling in a little bit of the burgundy on some of these darker ones. So we're going to pull in this to kind of go with it. So we are going to be using some of these as well. But I'm going to start with this one. So, and I don't know that we're going to use all of these. So let me just cut up several. This kind of takes the guesswork out for you guys when you use these big floral bushes. So they're a little pricier because you're paying for a full bush of flowers. But if you were to have to buy each one of these individually, you know, it would add up. So you really end up probably saving doing it this way, even though it seems more expensive because you get a lot versus having to buy, you know, individual stems. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut up all of it just because I don't know how much of it we're going to use. And get this thing out of my way here. All right. So I'm going to get a couple. I'm just going to kind of mix the colors. I don't want them all the same. So I'm going to go in with some of the deeper colors and then some of the lighter colors. Dan, are you calling me Granny? I am actually going to be a granny, and I'm super excited about it. We got our first grandbaby. It's due in August. We just had their baby shower this past weekend, so we went down to Texas. She did a little strawberry themed. I made all the arrangements for it. It was super fun. Turned out super cute. So you can call me Granny all you want. All right, let's get a taller one. Do I have a taller one? I think right in the center. Okay, let me see. Now we have some of these. I almost think, man, I got a little fly or something buzzing around me. I think I almost want this one a little bit taller. So I may put it on a pick. Let me just put it on my metal pick. I think that'll give me the height I need. And if not, we'll put it on a wooden pick. So for you guys that are watching, have you started working on your fall designs yet? I just started, like I said, I just made that one and I just got it listed yesterday and it sold today. So that one, I got to box up as soon as we get off the live. It already sold. So people are already shopping for fall. Can you believe it? They are shopping. That one sold really, really quick. Okay. So let me add my larger florals before we add any more of those. I'm probably not among the, I don't know how you say it, not among the majority. I've never really been into fall designs too much. I don't know why, just the browns and the burgundies and the oranges just aren't really my vibe, but these are really pretty. So it's growing on me. I may make more this year. May have to make some more, but traditionally I hadn't made a whole lot of fall just because, you know, it wasn't jiving with it. You got an order for 5 fall wreaths, Becky? Wow. Yeah, people are already shopping. I don't think I've even done a fall wreath yet. That was my first fall with that arrangement. I've got to get on it. I am running late this year. I did do one Halloween wreath. That's the only one I've done so far, but if you guys watched on Sunday, I posted a Halloween wreath, sort of like a little glam, nothing spooky, it's just a grapevine, kind of simple Halloween wreath. I liked it. So if you missed that one, it is on YouTube. It was Sunday's tutorial. That's the only thing I've even done for Halloween. I'm way behind this year, y'all. Between getting all my son's baby shower stuff made, I had to do 10 arrangements for all the tables. Then we had all this new product. We've had new product coming in just about every week. Plus just everything else going on. I've gotten behind on my fall and Halloween. All right, let's get this one added. So just gonna use 3 of these. Aren't those pretty? So pretty. All right. Now let's tuck in a few more. Let's tuck in, we have these little fun, they almost look like little mini hydrangeas or something. I'm not sure what they are, but let's add a couple of those in here. Get a different texture added. This is going to be really simple, a really simple design. Like when you work with these bushes, they're pretty easy because like I said, all the guesswork's done for you. You just got to figure out where you want to place them. So I love doing these designs because they're quick and easy. Facebook, if you guys are talking to me, I've lost comments. So I don't know what it is. I can see them half the time and then half the time I can't. So I'll have to go back and catch the comments later over there. Oh, I got a comment. Trisha, thank you. Maybe I can see comments. Maybe nobody was just commenting. I never know because sometimes it's working and sometimes it's not working. I think I'm going to put this one a little taller. Let me put it on a pick. We also have this bush, so I'm showing you this orange one. We also have it in a mauve, so mauve color, mauve burgundy. I can't remember if it's called burgundy or mauve, but anyway, it's a mauve burgundy blended bush. So if you don't like the oranges and you want to do more of a mauve design, we have it in that as well. I don't have it in here. I would show you guys. Nope, I don't think I do. All right, so I'm just gonna put, how many, I got one more of this? No, I got 2 more of these. So let's see where we wanna place this one. Thinking maybe a little bit right there. Let's give it a little height. How's everybody's weather? We're super rainy. We're gonna have rain. They said for like the next 10 days. It's gonna be a very wet June. Which, you know, I shouldn't complain, right? Because in the summer we're always begging for the rain. Thank you, Maureen. Yes, they're super pretty. That's why I had to play with them. When I was trying to figure out what I wanted to make, I was walking around the shop and I was trying to pick out some of the new stuff, and you know, it's really almost probably a little too early to do Christmas. Although I'll probably be starting it pretty soon just to get ahead of the game. But anyway, I saw these and I was like, let's do a fall. All right, so let's add a few more of these. We're gonna add some a little lower, and then we've got our green juniper we can out. And I also forgot we're gonna bring in one more leaf. So I have these orange maple leaves. So let's cut up some of these before I get too ahead of myself. And we've got some berries too. I like to add berries. into my arrangement, or some sort of berry element. That one over there that I showed you, I used thistles instead of berries, so those were really pretty. But they're a little more purpley than I wanted to add in this one. So, all right, let's add some of these in here. And then we'll go back and we'll fill in with our other flowers as we need to. Oh yeah. See, tucking some of these in there. Isn't that gonna be pretty? All right. I think we need one right here, but I want some length on it. Kind of got a little bit of a void here. Yes. Checking on the comments. All right, and then we kind of need one over here. Okay, and let's finish this out on this side, but a little bit lower. These come together pretty quick when you've got all the product that you need in one bush just about. All right, so I've added all my florals. Now let's start filling in with these. We're gonna go back to this. I'm gonna need a pick on this one because I need some length. So if you need length to get in certain places, you can use your pick machine. And if they're not quite long enough, just get you a wooden pick. And I use floral tape. And that way you can get the height that you need. So I'm gonna see if this one is long enough. Yeah, it is. So adding a pick, I'm able to get a little bit more length to tuck those there in the center. You can barely hear me. I'm sorry. I'll try to speak louder. I need to get a microphone. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I just haven't done it yet. I've got one here, but it's not very good. It creates a lot of static, so I don't use it. On occasion, I'll try it with some of my videos, and then I end up not liking the sound, so I'll just try to talk louder for you. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Thanks for popping on. We're working on a fall design today. Okay, I think I want another one here in the center. This is a very clustered arrangement. This would be pretty on a little buffet or a mantle or a little entry table. Maybe a round dining table. Becky, yes, it is the pewter one. We only have like 4 or 5 of them, I think. I bought all they had. I wish they would have had more, but they only had like, I think half a dozen. So I'm hoping they're gonna get more in. I'm gonna buy some more because this container is really, really pretty. And it's gonna be perfect for fall because it has sort of that bronzy color to it. I guess that's how you describe it. It's really pretty. I've got to get me some more fall containers because the ones that I have here in the shop, we've got, you know, it's either rustic, they're either rustic like the wooden dough bowls, or I've got like antique white ones in red for like Christmas. I don't have a whole lot for fall, so I need to get me some more fall containers. Okay, I'm gonna put that one in there. I'm just kind of looking for holes. I'm doing good, Stephanie. Thank you. I was telling them we had my son's baby shower this weekend, so we went down to Texas, and my nephew actually just had his little girl last night. So we've got lots of little girls being added to the family. My son's having a girl too. So they had their little baby last night. Haven't got to see her yet. Hopefully we'll get up there in the next couple days after she recovers a little. So lots of little girls joining the family, which is good because we have a lot of boys already. Not that another boy wouldn't have been fun, but you know what I mean. All right, let me get this one in here. Thanks, Stephanie. My son's not gonna get to see him. I mean, not my son, my brother. It's his son. They're in Germany, so they're not gonna get to see the baby for a little bit. They're super bummed. I'll get to see you before they will. Get to love on her. All right, I've only got a couple of these left. It's looking pretty good. I don't see any. I always kind of look down at eye level and look to make sure I'm not seeing any of my mechanics in there, because depending on where they set this, you know, you might see it. I think I want to add a little bit more of this juniper in here to kind of break it up. Get a little bit extra texture in there. See, isn't that juniper pretty in there? I love it. All right, let's get another piece. This is probably gonna be one of my new favorites for winter. We got this, and we got, let's see, what else did we get? We got a cypress spray in. We have a Norfolk, I can't even say it, Norfolk pine spray that came in. We restocked a Norfolk pine from last year. It's in. So we're starting to get some Christmas stuff in, which is good, because I was really worried with all the tariffs that stuff was going to come in really late. And we still may have some delays on some of our other items, but at least we got several pallets that I'm able to go ahead and get started on stuff with. Because some of the other stuff, although it's being shipped, you know, with everything they were holding at the ports, you know, it's going to cause a backup. So I'm not sure when we're going to get the other stuff in. But at least we got a few things. I'm just going to add these last two, and then we're going to go in with our little berries, our little orange berries, and then we're done. Okay, I did that one over there, so I'm almost thinking I want some height on this one. Oh, my pick, y'all, me and this pick machine, I think I waste as many picks as I actually use. Do you guys use pick machines? Does that happen to you too? I think I probably throw away as many as I use, just because they either, I like get too impatient with them or something. I don't know, but they come out in doubles. Okay. I think it's turning out pretty. What do you guys think? Let's add our little orange berries, and then we're gonna call it a day. I do have these little scrap pieces, so when I get ready to photograph it, if I see something that looks off, I can use those to fill it in. I highly suggest, if you sell, you know, take a picture, take several pictures, and then study your picture and see what looks off, see what looks like you know, maybe where a little hole is, because you really, when you're right up on it, and especially when I'm designing live, it's hard to really see kind of what you're missing. Stephanie, you bought the faux fade resistant hanging pot flowers from Amazon this year. They are beautiful, but would have never thought a bird would start making a nest in it. Oh my gosh, yes, I have heard that. We actually had one, it's been a while, a couple of years ago, that tried to build a little nest in my front door wreath. So, but yeah, I've seen people post that, you know, little birds be building their nest there, so that's crazy. You're gonna have some little bird babies. All right, let's add a couple of these. Let me see where I wanna add them. These bottom ones, just a heads up, when you got these clustered berries like this, if I'm sticking this down in here, those bottom berries are not getting seen. So you might as well pull them out, and you could try to put them on a pick or use them like for an arrangement or something that's gonna get seen. But these bottom berries are not even getting seen, so there's no point in even leaving them on there. It's just gonna add more clutter into your design. You like the colors of fall? I think the colors of fall, like on trees and stuff, are really, really pretty. I've just never really been a fan of designing with fall colors, like the oranges, and it's kind of like patriotic. Though I love to do patriotic designs, you can only do so much red, white, and blue before you start getting tired of it. And it's kind of the same for me with the oranges. But I love seeing the trees turn. That's pretty. All right, so I'm just gonna tuck in a couple of these. You don't have to take it down to water and disturb the bait, right? Yeah, that's a good thing. They can be nice and cozy. See, y'all, my picks are doubling up. I was telling my husband we need to get some little bird houses, because we live out here, you know, we live out here on the ranch, and there's so many birds. We had a little red cardinal right outside the shop this morning. But we have so many birds, and they keep trying to build nests in our gutters. So I was telling my husband, we got to get them some little bird houses out here. Maybe they may still try to go to the gutter. I don't know. But at least they'd have some little bird houses. Maybe they would decide to build in those instead of the gutters. We got a little bird family right here in the shop. They're in our front gutter, right where UPS picks up the packages. And then at the house, we have a little family that is built a nest right outside our bathroom window in the gutter. I'm like, it's not a very good place for when it rains. All right, I'm tucking a couple of those little berries low. Now all these little baby pieces, I would have to put them on a pick in order for them to get added. And I don't think we really need too many more. I've just got a little touch of them. I'm not even gonna open another bush. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm not even gonna open another bush. I think we've got, between the little juniper berries and just a couple of these berries, I think we're good to go. So here is our beautiful fall arrangement. I think it turned out pretty. It only took us, what, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, and that was with me yabbing, so not too bad. But y'all let me know what you think. If you guys watch the replay, just let me know that you watched it. Do the hashtag replay, all the things. And if you guys would sprinkle and show me some love, it helps my channel and my page. It's just a free way we can support each other, right? And if you do want to check out any of the new products that we used, they are all in the new arrival section So they'll stay in that new arrivals section until we get the next new palette of stuff, and then I'll move them. But that'll keep them there easier for you guys to find. Now there were a lot of products. There's probably over 100 products we added, so you may have to kind of filter through a few pages, but or you can just use the search and type in whatever you're looking for. Jack, what would that sell for? You know, I really don't know, because what I do is I have to add up all my product costs and then figure out the price on it. But I would say, just off of a guess, in the mid 100s, 140, 150 probably. It might be a little less because I just used a bush instead of using stems. If I was having to use individual floral stems, the price gets more expensive. But since I just had one bush that had all those flowers, even though my bush was more expensive, I get more bang for my buck. So it actually might be a little bit lower than that. It might be in the 125 window, but honestly, until I add it up, I don't know. That's just a ballpark. This one over here that sold, I think it was in the 180 window. Now, of course, that's with shipping included. But you know, I use higher end florals, so my products are gonna run a little bit more, but they look so pretty. That you pay a little bit more for your product, but you really get some nice looking products. So, but again, that was just an estimate, but I'll have to add up all my supplies. Any other questions before I hop off of here? I've got to go box that one up, and then I will be getting this one listed. And so if you want to know the final price, just check the shop probably in a couple hours, and I'll have it listed and you can see what it goes for. But I'll have to add up all the supplies we used and then figure it out from there. So I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I will be back next week, hopefully, Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central. And then we will have a new YouTube tutorial coming up on Sunday. So we have new tutorials free to the group, or free to the channel. Every Sunday I will post a new tutorial, and then I try to go live on Wednesdays. So that's kind of the schedule. Things may change a little bit in the summer as we go on vacations, things like that. But that'll be pretty much the schedule. And then if you want more detailed floral instructions, we'll really slow down, do tips, tricks, and have some private designs, as well as some business tips and tricks. I'm building that platform out. We do our private membership group open, and just message me and I'll send you some information on that. So until next time, bye y'all.